Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick tour. It really will be a quick tour because there's some of the tools we could show you. We'll start by looking at our MT5 dashboard. This has 9 panels here, all of which update consistently, giving you account performance, what positions are open, what market times in terms of MT5 time, what's coming back in the calendar, outperformance in commodities, ASX, and index futures, as well as the currency strength monitor. We've got additional panels we can drag into this, such as a fee agreed index and a gold silver ratio as examples. But that has the function really of getting a lot of trader information in a one place dashboard. Of course, we can subsequently move to entry managers and exit managers. And here's our exit manager. The cool thing about this is that we can add partial close, maximum give back functions and time exit to our current positions. So let's say, for example, we wanted to put it on the NASDAQ, but we wanted to close it before some data out tonight. We could change this to 2100 platform time, click on here, and now that time exit is ready to rock and roll. You can manually do stops and take profits. And of course, these will respond also to these maximum give back and partial close as well. Here's our entry, and now this is related to the chart that it's sitting on. So you can see this sitting on a gold. It gives us a multi-time frame confluence panel as well as a risk calculator, the swap calculator for however many days you think you may hold it for, and then our trade execution where it's a final check that everything is completed, and then that goes on to your standard terminal box. Moving on from the panels, our most popular is probably our scanners. And what this does is it looks at various indicators and is pretty good in picking setups. So what we're looking for is as many greens as possible for long, as many reds as possible for short. So let's say, for example, Wesfarmers looks okay. Let's click on Wesfarmers and you can see up pops the chart with the indicators on it. So you can cross check. And you can see here, this is coming up to an interesting key level around about 87.73. Let's check another one. Let's check CBA. And you can see there, once again, it's sort of identified a potential interesting level that it's coming up to. We'll support here. And so there you go. No more scrolling through chart after chart after chart after chart. You can see at a glance which are looking interesting from an indicator setup. Then you can go and check it out. Subsequently, on top of that, of course, this is the ASX version. There is also an FX version, exactly the same principle. We're looking for multiple reds or multiple greens. You can set this according to the time frame you prefer. Let's have a look at the Swissy yen right now. We'll click on that and we'll pop to Swissy yen trade. You can see that is actually in the business of looking short, probably too late to get in there. So let's have a look at another one. Let's have a look at the Canadian Swissy potential long trade, and this looks far more inviting. And we've got a potential trade set up here with a breach of that, probably move it up to there. And then obviously we can make decisions on whether it's a fit for trading plan or not. So again, what we're doing here is we are saving the need to scroll through 27 major and minors. At a click of a button, you can see those things which look as though they may be setting up. The settings that we put in seem to give us good setups time after time. So you can find opportunities potentially within minutes, not hours. On top of the scanners, there's a few of the tools that we've done. So this is our range scanner on the Dow. Obviously, it can adjust to timeframes. You can say there on the hourly time frame on the Dow futures contract, it's identified a range. The way it identifies a range is that there's got to be a minimum number of bars, got to touch the top and volume 20%. One of these at least twice. Take some of the guesswork out of writing all of those lines out. Really, really popular with traders. Here's a new one that we've developed, which is a volume efficiency indicator. The green zone is a healthy zone where you've got price and volume moving together. This is a low price move with reasonable volume. This is a high price move with not enough volume from an efficiency point of view. So you can alter the settings of this according to a user preference. It's everything we do is user orientated so that they remain in control, make decisions about how they like their indicators or scanners or dashboards to look. Here's a risk calculator with the strength of signals. So what we can do is we can sort of say, hey, look, we've got a potential short trade here. So we'll set up a short with a fixed lot size of point. Let's make it 0.2. 0.2, we'll set a stop of around about 97.40, a take profit around about 96.20, and then we'll calculate. It'll give us our risk and our reward. So it's actually not a good, very risk reward ratio, but it suggests that this is a neutral strength of signal. It's suggesting that because of this price action here, which appears to have paused, and so doesn't suggest a readjust. If it did suggest a readjust and we want to go with that, then again, it can recalculate the lot size and stop loss and take profit based on that lot size. But you can see there the risk reward doesn't change. On the bottom there, you'll see our strength of signal indicator. This looks at three key factors: velocity, volume, and volatility. When these are aligned, then it moves over whatever threshold we choose to set. And if it's in green, it suggests that the move is backed up by these three key strength of signal factors. So you can see there when this breached this level here and created a new low, you can see that it had turned green, suggesting that the signal was strong. So again, that's just another thing we can do with this. Now that's just a sample of what we can do. There are all sorts of different indicators, probability scores. We're working on a partial close indicator, which might suggest that strength of signal is waning a little bit, or there might be a key level coming up, and hence we'll allow notification of that. Finally, there's our evaluation tools. So on the evaluation front, here are our positions here. So if we wanted to override either an EA or a discretionary, we don't tend to monitor this very well. So what this does is essentially we choose a position. So this is a discretionary trade. I will say that we're overexposed. Write a comment in this asset, and then we can click this and it'll close the trade down. What that does is it then sends it to a CSV file, and we've got another script that we can run. We'll have a look at these whenever you choose to run it and determine any threads. Are you closing out too often, or potentially you are closing out with justification, and subsequently you can add that to your trading plan. So we'll do that now, and you can see that position has disappeared off there. And finally, just a multi-account combined performance report. So this gives us how our accounts are doing. This one is based on EAs, but there is a discretionary version as well, which looks at it by strategy, and it gives us our total per strategy, on this case per EA, and then gives us a breakdown of the best, worst times trading by hour, trading by day, and the key metrics for all of those. It's a script that takes about 3 seconds to actually run. So as I said, the aim of this was just to give you a quick rundown of some of the tools that we've been developing. And I hope that's interesting, useful, and gives you a little insight.